Hi Sagittarius, what's up my love? First of all, it is hot as hell in here, like literally. I know I'm a fire sign, but it's the heat. It's getting to me. It's getting to me. So yeah, before we start, I want to let you guys know that I am so grateful to be reading for you all today. I think this is going to be a very good reading. I just feel the energy right now. I'm feeling that Sagittarius energy kind of creep in. So hopefully I can exude that in this video for you. So the crystals we're going to be using is clear quartz and then also malachite. Okay, so we're creating a balance of getting things done, being speedy, being productive, but also having just a calm way of being while we're doing all this fast movement stuff. And I think that actually correlates very well with this June for you, because I feel like this June for Sagittarius, there's a lot of things that you want, a lot of things that you need that are going to be happening for you in June. And that's amazing. It's awesome. What I think that means for you though, Sagittarius, is you're going to have to create a calm energy because there's so many good things coming your way. You don't want to fuck it up. You know what I mean? You don't want to be over the moon about it and then jinx yourself, basically is what I'm saying. So this could be a very abundant reading. I'm actually very excited for you, Sagittarius. Whatever you have coming your way, whatever you've been wanting, congratulations, my love. It is here. All right, so we're going to start with the past energy. What was going on in the past for Sag? All right, my babies. All right, so the energy for your past, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this could have been an earth sign, like a person, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or just any sign, kind of leaving when the going gets tough. Or someone leaving once they figured out that they weren't getting what they wanted anymore. Someone that you can't really rely on, someone that's not dependable. And yeah, I feel like they just kind of left the situation. So that's a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know, it's a blessing in disguise, I should say. This could also, if this is dealing with your work situation, then this is saying that, you know, things at work were kind of a little wonky, or maybe like the money situation was not stable, or you felt like you needed more money. I think I said that in the last video for last month. You just felt like things were not happening according to what you deemed necessary in order to live the life that you wanted to live. And it's because you still had some learning to do in that regard. You still had some learning. Maybe if you're a Sagittarius who's not good with money, universe maybe needed to teach you a lesson and they gave you less money so that you aren't so ready to just spend what you feel like you're gonna have, or you feel like you already have. I find that a lot of Sagittarius are, you know, not the best with money. Making the money is easy. It's keeping the money. I think you guys are so easily like, I know I'm gonna have this check coming in, so let me spend what I want already. And I love Sagittarius, you guys, don't get me wrong. My mom is a Sagittarius. I have a lot of grandparents who are Sagittarius. So listen, I love Sagittarius. They're around me. They've been around me my whole life. But you guys can have a tendency to kind of live on the edge. You know what I'm saying? And so even if you aren't spending a lot, just spending a little bit all the time can add up. And so that leads to you guys not using your resources as best as you can. In other words, maybe you just need to save so that you have that pocket money behind you, but you weren't doing that necessarily. We have your card here, the Temperance card in reverse, a learning curve for you, growing pains, if you will. And this had to teach you, okay, things are starting to change. What can I do to better myself? What can I do as a Sagittarius to better myself, to gain more wisdom, to expand my horizons, you know? And you are Sagittarius, you are ruled by Jupiter, so really, when you guys are going through learning things, you always kind of end up on top just because you have luck on your side, so you have a little bit more wiggle room. Whereas a sign like Capricorn, when they're going through their challenges and they're learning things, they really hit the wall because Saturn is like, you know, the teacher, the hard task master. So a lot of what they have to learn is a lot harsher. It's the same lesson, but it'll be pushed in a way that's more harsh because Capricorn has to learn, whereas Sagittarius is like, you're learning, but you're lucky you get to fall on something soft instead of concrete. You understand what I'm saying? So don't feel discouraged by that. This was something that needed to happen, and I'm happy to see that this was in the past. So it means that it's not necessarily happening right now. It's just some things needed to change. You know, there was patterns and habits that you were used to that you have to get out of because, you know, you had new responsibilities coming. There's change coming, and you know it's coming, and you have to be ready for that. You may not know what it is. It may be hidden, but internally you know that things have to change because there's some things coming your way, all right? So the situation that this was dealing with in the past was the Ten of Wands in reverse. So some of you could have been taking on a lot of responsibilities that maybe you didn't have the resources for. But what I think this card is really saying is, Sagittarius, you have what it takes to take on more tasks. It's just like you have to manage your resources in the right way. And I think this is what this month is going to be providing for you. You're going to have more resources. You're going to see what it's like to have more pleasurable, abundant, luxurious type of way of living. And I think it's going to be universe's way of, if you had to learn in the past how to do that, it's going to be like a gift from universe to you. And if you are still in the learning processes, then it's going to be a test to see if you can really handle it. But for most of you, it will be a gift with the Six of Pentacles here. It seems like a gift from universe. So that's really beautiful. Like I said, it usually always turns out nice for Sagittarius, just in a different way that you get to learn about different experiences and how to deal with things. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get you guys some advice on this past energy if you are still dealing with it. How can Sagittarius make this better? How can they move past it in the way that is beneficial for them? Ten of Cups. Okay, so this is awesome. You already have gone through the rough time. The rainbow is out. Now you just have to enjoy it. Now with enjoying it, oh, I told y'all it's hot. I don't know if you're sticking to the cards. So to enjoy your blessings, you have to appreciate them. So just appreciate what you have, because, you know, don't feel like, oh, now you have things that are coming your way, or things are starting to become, you know, easier for you. Don't forget what it felt like whenever you were struggling. Don't forget what it felt like whenever you felt like, oh my God, like, what do I do next? Or, oh my gosh, I'm so down because I can't figure out how to bring myself back to this happy nature. You know what I'm saying? So just don't forget. Always appreciate and don't forget what it was like whenever you didn't have what you have now. All right, so let's see what's happening in your present time. So the energy for what's happening for you in June, we have the Chariot card in reverse. I do think this is going to be happening more towards the end of your June, during Cancer season. I also feel like this is going to be a crossroads moment for you. So you may feel a little stressed about something that's coming your way because things are moving very, very fast. Things are moving extremely fast. It's not anything bad necessarily, but you need to find a way to focus on one clear direction, one path that you're going to take, one way that you're going to act throughout this situation, so that, you know, you can actually have an outcome from all of this stuff that's happening. You may feel stressed. I definitely think stress could be on the table, but you just need to know that you need to pick a way to move about the situation. So try not to do everything at one time. Try not to stay in the loop with every little thing. Try to pick one thing, focus on it. And again, you want to create a calm energy during this time. Stay calm, Sagittarius, okay? That's going to be what helps you, because you're going to be able to think better. You're going to, and like I said, that luck is always going to be there for you. Not to say that you should never, you know, create structure for yourself, but I'm saying if you commit to being honest with yourself, which means being honest about what's going on, acting accordingly, that luck will be there for you, because it's about you expanding your horizons, and you need a little bit of universe's push to help you with that, right? You need to make sure that you are thinking straight, and make sure you're not adding too many factors into the picture. Since this will be a crossroad moment for you, I think it's wise for you to really look at both sides of the picture before you choose your decision. But know that whatever decision you make, as long as you truly commit to that, then things will work out on its own. We have the Moon card in reverse here as well. So there's something that could be revealed to you that you maybe just weren't aware of. You could start to see things in a different light, and it causes you to feel like, okay, maybe I need to change some things up. Maybe I need to go about it a different way. Maybe you had a plan on how to do something, and now you see that plan's not going to work in this situation. So again, it's not that you have to be afraid. You just have to be ready to move with the tides, okay? You have to be ready to adjust to the situation, because it's not how you imagined it was going to be. You have more work that you have to put into the situation. It's not going to be as easy as you thought, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's going to be unattainable or something that you can't handle. I definitely think you will be able to handle it. I think you just have to realize this isn't a game anymore. It's real life. So the situation that this is dealing with, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse and then the Eight of Cups, okay? So double eights. So this is like an infinite energy. So this is something that's always going to be there. It's a balance that has to be sought out. It's fire and water. So it's kind of like, you know, a merging of fire and water. So the situation that's causing the crossroad, so there's things happening, and I think you just, it's like You want to be able to stop and enjoy the moment, but you may have to relocate, you may have to travel, you may have to do things, maybe go into work a day that you're not expecting, and you really want to relax, you really want to take in what's happening for yourself, you really want to enjoy what's happening for yourself. And I think it's a moment when you're kind of just like, I need the world to pause for a second, just pause, but we can't have that happen, you know what I mean? So that's one way that it's going to be tugging you in this way. Like, you want things to slow down, but it won't. Eight of Cups. Now, this is a beautiful card because this is something that happens, you know, not very often, a once in a lifetime type of issue. We see that eclipse here. And it's a journey that you have been walking on, and now that eclipse has come out. And the beautiful thing about that is this is an experience where it may seem like there's a lot going on. It may seem overwhelming. It could even seem like it's never going to end. But this is a situation that you need to take in to the fullest, because this is something that's only going to happen once. Because I feel like it's something that's new for you. And it's only going to be new one time. So even if this happens again in your life later on, it probably won't happen very soon after this. But later on in your life, even if this happens again, this situation, it's something that you're only going to experience for the first time one time. So you really need to try to see it in a new light. Try to see it in a way that it's like, I can handle this. It's rough, but one day I'm going to look back and miss that I went through that situation. I'm going to wish that I could go back to that time, because it will have its perks. It definitely will. With the Eight of Wands, what will you have to do that you don't want to do? What responsibilities will Sagittarius have to take care of? All right, Three of Swords. So there may be some hurt or some resentment that you have to learn to move past. Definitely could involve love, or just a situation with something that you truly love. Maybe you don't want to leave it, but you have to. Yeah, conversations that you don't want to have may have happen during this time. Maybe just putting in work. You may have to just go to work and you don't want to, like I was saying. Something starting that you're afraid of because you've never done it, or something that you just, you know, the time is now, the time is here, is what I'm hearing. And this can make you a little uncomfortable because it's a new journey. It's something that you have to go down, and you're not sure if you can handle it, you know, you're not sure if it's not clear what's going to happen. But like I said, things are changing, but with this Wheel of Fortune card, you have a big chance of things happening in a way that you can appreciate, that you can love. It's something good. It's just when good things happen, sometimes you have to prep for that by doing things that you don't want to do, so that whenever the good thing happens, you can really enjoy it. So just make sure that you understand that, okay? It's going to be like a balance of probably work and then being able to enjoy the thing that you've been waiting for so long. It's finally here. It's kind of like if you get a present on Christmas or something when you're little, and you want to play with that present outside, but it's not time to yet because it's too early, or in the morning and your parents don't want you to go outside yet. I don't know, something like that. Or you want to open the presents, but you got to eat your breakfast first. You know, something like that. It's something where it's like, oh, it's so close but so far at the same time. But keep in mind, you will get to enjoy it. You will get through, even if it's a work day or something, or you have to travel for work. When you come back home, you can relax. The faster that you get done with the hard stuff, the faster you can get to the fun stuff. So just keep that in mind, okay? So don't get discouraged. You will definitely get to enjoy yourself. Now, what is related to this journey, this eclipse moment, that is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing? What is this for Sag? Trust yourself. There's something good happening. It's coming. So this is maybe like a new level for you, a new height for yourself. Something that universe finally feels like you're prepared for, and so you're going to finally be able to enjoy this, something that you can finally delve into. All right, so let's look into the advice for this time. How can Sagittarius create a calm energy for themselves? Go. Summer, Princess of Wands. Summer is here. So this is going to be a wonderful time for you. Obviously, summer starts when Cancer season kicks in, and that is at the end of June, which is when I think all of this is going to be happening for you. What's beautiful about summer is it is extremely hot, well, depending on where you live. It's hot. It's a time of just stable heat. Different emotions are brought out when heat is around. You can choose to run away from it, or you can choose to have fun in it. So it's kind of like if you're one of those people who You're like, I hate the heat, and you stay inside and you're sweating all the time and you're hot and this and that. Or you can be a person who's like, it's hot, but there's water out there, there's pools, there's beaches. So what are we gonna do? What are we getting into? What are we doing to have fun during this time? You know what I'm saying? And you put the music on and you're just enjoying yourself. You're having fun, even though it's still heat. It's still, a feeling of, oh, I'm kind of exhausted. The sun is kind of, draining me, but I'm having fun because it's fun. It's happiness. It's a time of happiness. So that's what this is about. It's like, are you going to focus on the negative, or are you going to focus on the positive? Because there's a lot more positive here at stake. But if you focus on that one negative thing that, happens to come up, then you're going to be really miserable because it's not even necessary. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a balance. This is what this energy is calling for, a balance. All right, Sag. So let's go into your future. What's coming towards Sag in the future? All right, so the energy, it's going to be involving your romance, your love life. All right? There's going to be a lot of romance, a lot of romance. Now, the only issue with this card, it may be romance that isn't real, kind of like puppy love. Not to say that this person and you don't have a great connection, but make sure that you're creating stability for yourself, okay? So don't get so caught up in the emotions that you aren't paying attention to what's happening in real life. 10 of Swords here. There's something that is being beat, like, over and over, but it's already dead. What is that? Maybe something being brought up over and over again that you guys have already hashed out. Brought back up to the surface. One of you has a certain vision of how to celebrate. One of you has a certain vision of what a happy home life is, and the other person is having a hard time agreeing with that. And every so often you guys have like an argument about that. Every so often you guys have that same argument about that same thing that you need fixed, or you want changed in the house, or you want to move. Something dealing with your home life. It's like you guys can't get on the same page about it. But there's so much romance in everything here. But that one situation is really causing tension because it keeps getting brought up, essentially. 9 of Wands. So Sag, maybe you're the person who is saying, well, I don't think now's the time to do that, or I don't think we can handle that financially right now. You have what it takes. So Sag, if you're afraid of some type of change that your partner wants, as long as it isn't, detrimental to your health or whatever, go for it. I think you can handle it. I think you have what it takes. I think you just need to stop being afraid that it won't work out. Because I think it will definitely work out. It just needs to be something that you're willing to put the effort into. Obviously, it's not going to work out if you don't put effort into it. Now, 7 of Swords, there could be some deception behind this. So the reason why you're not wanting something to happen could be because you're not being truthful about something completely. So, for example, this could be dealing with the Leo as well, or something that you want. It's definitely something that you want. So I feel like you want the same thing that your partner wants, but you keep finding excuses as to why it won't work out. And this can be just, for a lot of you, just fear of finances. Like you're like afraid to start over if it's about moving. You're afraid to start over with your finances. You're afraid to invest money into something again and start all the way over. If you're, okay, let's keep the same example. If you're moving out of state or something, or your partner wants to move out of state, you're afraid that you won't be able to find a job. Something like that, What I'm saying is it's all things that it's practical to have these fears, but it's not practical to hold on to these fears if there's no real reason to. I do think that things can happen in a very good way for you. I think that it will work out. The situation at hand, you guys have been having this argument for I don't know how long now. It's been happening. This is an ongoing situation. And at this point, someone, both of you, have to come to a conclusion, a middle ground. A compromise has to be made because there's no solution attached to this argument if you guys just keep having the same argument. There's no new outcome, and that's not going to work. So, Queen of Wands here, you're going to have to kind of boss up, Sag. So if you're the person who's holding this relationship back from growing, it's time for you to let your reins up. It's time for you to be the leader, find your inner leader, find your inner strength, and realize, okay, we can do this. Especially if your partner wants the same thing, or your partner wants something, I'm almost positive that they're going to work with you in order for something to happen. You know what I'm saying? For the benefit of this to blossom. But you have to put in the effort. It has to be mutual. You have to find that balance, create a calm sense of balance, and things the pleasures that you want, the abundance that you want will come to you. But again, this is something that you're going to have to find from within yourself. You're going to have to find that inner strength from yourself, because for some reason you're doubting yourself. And I don't think you have to doubt yourself. I think it's wise to think about everything that could happen, but I think you're kind of adding too much of fear. You're using all of that as your way of saying, oh, we don't need to do that, it's not smart. But really, you're just afraid. You're afraid to take that leap, and I think your partner is ready to, and they trust that you guys can handle it, and you're just being a little scared. So let's stop being scared, Sag. You know, you got this. So yeah, so focus on that and really work with that. If you want your partner and you to have a happy home life, I think it's going to be beneficial for you to really think about if you're just being scared or if you have a valid point, okay? But at the end of the day, you definitely need to come to a compromise. There has to be a compromise. You can't just be, oh, I'm the Sag, I don't want this to happen, so it's not going to happen. That's not fair. Find a middle ground, okay? Now, the advice for the situation, what needs to happen so that this has a compromise that works for both partners? Ten of Pentacles. Start sowing the seeds. Things have already been planted, meaning you guys already, this person in your life has already kind of put out there what they want to happen. So they put that seed out there for manifestation. And I'm sure they're going to push towards it. Where you come in, be calm. Be ready to use your resources accordingly to manifest what you want. Think of it as a plan. The person or you has stated that they want something to happen. That's the seed. Now, watering it. How are we going to make this happen? What are we going to do to keep it growing? How can we do this so that it works out for us in the best way possible? If you know it's a situation of finances that you're worried about, how can we make sure that the finances work? Where can we go? What can we do to make sure that finances won't be a problem? That's what the water is. Fertilizer. Really push the narrative that you can be successful. Really push the feeling of, okay, we can do this. We just have to figure out how it works. That's the fertilizer. The sun is the positivity that you push on this. This is what you want. So this is what will happen. But you have to be honest with yourself and allow yourself to let the plant breathe. Give it time to grow. It doesn't have to happen all at one time, but you need to be working on this plant. You know what I'm saying? You need to let it grow. You need to nurture it. Nurture this idea. Don't just let it die out just because you can't see fully how it can work out. This is going to be a thing happening between you and your partner, and you have to be willing to merge both of those things so that this plant can grow and blossom and be the project that you wanted it to be. And once it happens, you're going to be so happy. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted. This is stability. This is long-term commitment. This is exactly what I wanted. This is what I saw for myself. This is what I saw for my family. This is amazing. This is something I can pass down. But you have to commit to it. It all starts with an idea. And from there, what are you going to do with it? You have a partner here who wants the same thing, who wants to see, progression. But if you leave them out to dry alone, then that's what they're going to be, alone. And then you may be alone next because they may not want to stick around for someone who's like that because it's not supportive. You're not trying to find the compromise. So find the compromise. I mean, Ten of Pentacles, it almost promises success. It is success. You got this, all right? Just stay calm and work through it, Figure out a way for it to work. You can find a way, Sagittarius, all right? All right, you guys, that was an amazing reading. I really like this. I see a lot of things happening, coming your way. Good luck and congratulations, of course. If you like what you heard, or if you would just like to show some love, then go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video. You can subscribe to the channel so that you can be a part of the family. Leave a comment and see how your Sages are doing, and let me know how you're doing. I love to communicate with you guys. If you would like a personal reading with me and to see what's coming your way, or anything of that sort, any particular month that you want to see what's going on, you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, or you can add me on Instagram at atela_amor, and we can get something going for you. I'm Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, then one day I will be. And until next time, Sagittarius, stay positive. You have so many good things coming your way. And work on that situation that you and your partner need to get going, okay? Don't leave your partner out there to dry like that. Don't leave them hanging, all right? All right, you guys. I will see you in the next video.